I think I had 6 assists in like 202 minutes as a 20-year-old. A lot of fighting, and then I get called up, and they put me on wing. I never played fucking wing in my life. So I'm just like running just off the draw, and they'd be like, "Okay, kid, you want to go?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!" You know. And so I knew I wasn't there to score. Like you don't have to be a fucking rocket scientist. Like this guy's way bigger than me, and he wants to fight. I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. So I fought this Sawyer guy. He's tough. Justin Sawyer, I think.
Sawyer. Yep.
Played in the NHL. Tough dude. Had some good ones with him. And then I fought this monster of a man who was a killer later on. I'm glad I didn't run into him later on. But he played Joel Theriault.
The animal.
Yeah, big boy. And, I can't say I won that. But, hung in there. You don't win them all.
Was he jacked and huge at that time too?
He wasn't as big as that, and nor was I as big as I am now, of course. But no, he was strong. I remember him being like, "Fuck me, this guy's strong." Then it was a great learning experience as a 20-year-old fighting these kind of guys. I fought Darcy Harris, had a great fight with him. I think
how do you change up? How do you change up when you're getting out muscled in a situation like that? You're like, "Fuck, this guy's strong, man." Like, is it just survive, or you got to get close? Like, what are you doing?
I just would tuck back then I was a toe-to-toe fighter, so I'd always try to get center grab, and you get a good center grab, and that was before the Jersey jab became popular. Like pang, and then follow it up with the two. Yeah. So you're just kind of holding and pulling. You're pulling and then punching to that area. So you're bringing his head forward from a position like this to exposing the chin, and you're just trying to fucking knock each other out.
Right. And when you're a kid playing against like Joel the Animal Theriault.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to go. Yeah, I'm trying to throw.
But do you know who he is beforehand, or is it just anyone could be anyone in that?
Oh no, that's the thing. Like nowadays, I feel like I would have been like as a kid, I would have been like, oh fuck, like I watch all his tape, you study him. Back then, they didn't have that. They didn't have like YouTube and all the different fights. Like I don't even think they had that. Remember that awesome fight site that's not around anymore?
Hockeyfights.com was just
that one was big, but then there was a better one for scouting guys. You could type in their name. Was it like Drop Your Gloves?
Dropyourgloves.com. Yeah,
you could type in your name and then go down year after year and study every single fucking fight.
His entire fight card. But we could use that when we're interviewing people. It would really help us to know.
Now it's not a site. I wish someone would get that back up.
There's a campaign. Guys are trying to get it back. Like that's what's happening because it was so valuable as a resource for hockey fight fans. It was like the Bible of hockey fights.
And now, I mean, hopefully they still got that shit somewhere because that was like, yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a fucking encyclopedia.
So when do you find out? You're on the bench and they're like, kid, number 12.
Well, how it worked back then is, you still had the game notes just like now. I mean, they got these packets on the team and the league and everything. And, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to be like, well, he has like no points barely. just like me, right? Like the same player. Pounds. And he might have and he's a fucking monster. And then his penalty minutes are through the roof. So then as a young guy, you go around and ask some of the other guys, be like, hey, what's up with this? Just say number 24, tough guy number 33 or whatever the numbers are. They're always pretty obvious. And be like this Theriault guy or whatever, or whoever the name is. Even later years, young guys would come up to me and I'd say, hey, he's a tough kid. Like, watch out. Because they don't know. They'd come up trying to make a name, middleweights and different guys. And I always knew. I study everyone. I watch Timu Solani fights. I mean, I watch every fucking fight there is. I love it. Like, I love it. So I would be like, hey, watch out. He's a good middleweight. He's not much defense. He's coming out of the gates hard. He throws left bombs down the pipe. Like, you tell him just different stuff. Or this guy can't throw a left at all. It's like a fucking Dunkin' Donuts donut hitting you. Like, he's a hard right-handed fighter. Just you give him the tips and say, hey, kid, fucking go get him, Like,
I love that. Nobody's ever broken it down like that before.
That's how it was. There was no scouting, really.